All right, this is the old, I think at one time it used to be Odyssey maybe. Anyways, it was a Cheers, and then it become another place called something Slide, Kick and Slide or something like that. Let me see if they still got the sign out here. Yeah, we're still here. Slide Ride Saloon, right there. I'm in Martin, Tennessee. This is where I had an encounter in 1988 that used to be a nightclub. Well, they changed all this stuff up so much. But one thing that hadn't changed is where the dance stand was. Where the ball is right there. See where the ball is? That ball right there? That's always in the center of the dance stand. So I remember I'd be on this side of the wall over here is where I was walking around. Of course, they had a bunch of tables and everything, and it was a real dark atmosphere. Whenever the same 13 men that I had seen over in Tony's Pizza revealed themselves to me about a week later right here in this nightclub. So yes, I was being targeted by a bunch of foreigners from another country going all the way back into the day whenever it actually occurred. Now you can see these lights right here. That light right there. And I think there's another one right there. That's basically all where the dance hall was. The dance hall. Some people may call it something different. Now this guy, he has purchased this in regards to turning it into a warehouse. Way I understand it, that the Devils just basically had a heyday here, to the degree that they had a bunch of shootings here. Somebody got killed in here, which my life almost got killed, and they had to shut it plumb down. Especially whenever they was having such outlandish incidences that they was actually shooting at the cops here. But anyways, it's been shut down for, I guess, 4 or 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. And this guy here is renovating it all over where he can store coolers in here. Coolers basically that goes to places like Walmart, big utility commercialized coolers, and they're having to put a brand new top on it right now because the top had gotten to the point that it was actually caving in. But I just thought I'd come in here and do a little refreshing course regarding where I actually bumped into the 13 men, Satan and his disciples, Arabic descent, Saudi Arabians, here in this area. That must have been, they must have put a kitchen in here. I didn't even know they had done that. Martin's always been big. Martin, Tennessee's always been big pertaining to the college cowboy industry here. I feel like that right there was probably some sort of a place to get sandwiches or cold cuts or whatever out of. I thought I'd give my viewers just a little bit of insight regarding the fact that this was not fictitionable. This was not my imagination running wild. This was not some sort of a lie that I made up. It was an actual place in Martin, Tennessee, where, like I said, myself was targeted in Tony's Pizza first, and then the second time I had Dwayne Davis and Dayton Earl Pinnick with me that basically got targeted the second time. That I'm gonna go this way. Those guys are throwing stuff off the freaking roof. Targeted the second time about a week after I was targeted the first time, right here in a nightclub, or used to be a nightclub. Now they're renovating it over to a warehouse here in Martin, Tennessee. That building right there is fairly new, but the building on the corner right there, see all the cars right there, is now a restaurant that at one time used to be, I think, the old E.W. James. It was a grocery store. It may not have been the E.W. James, but it was a grocery store. So this plaza, if you want to call it a plaza, has been here now for quite some time. But all of that over there, it originally started out over there with just that over there. And then it expanded. But yeah, they're having to put a whole new top on it. I guess the guy that has bought this also bought that over there on the corner that used to be the old bowling alley. And then it got shut down for a while and something else opened up, and then Bob opened up the head shop there. He used to have head shop over next to the college. They must have gave him a hard time, so he moved out here. And since then, he is, I guess, sold that to the same owners here. That's basically going to turn that into a warehouse too. Anyways, I thought I'd just give my viewers a little insight about a history lesson, that it was not some sort of malicious, fictitious lie that I was coming up with, pertaining to me meeting these darkly complected people, Arabic descent, that was very, very evil. It's one of the only times that I had been subjected to evil on that level, that was that powerful and that strong. And I knew, with me being a spiritual person, that I was basically in danger the first time over in Martin, Tennessee, whenever I seen him do his little magic trick with his little knife and having the powers that he had. But then whenever I come in here in this club, I was sure enough in danger, and he got close enough to me that he basically put his calling card in my pocket, which was a black piece of cloth with a diameter of about 2 inches by 2 inches. That around the edge of the cloth was an outline of golden outline. Inside the black silk cloth was the golden star. Inside the golden star was a moose head. Inside the circle was a moose head star. At the time, I didn't know all about all this other stuff with stars and rituals and metaphors and etc. Like I said, this was in 1988 whenever this happened. At the time, I wasn't but about 30 years old, 27 or something like that. But a lot of water's went on the bridge since then. And also, I've had a lot of demonic attacks coming from various law enforcement agencies, and one of them began right here in Martin, Tennessee. Whenever they come after me in 2005 pertaining to falsifying files. Went all the way to Huntington at the time I was working for a body shop. Jimmy Darnell and David Lloyd, first collision, went all the way to Huntington to scar me and mar me towards putting a scar on me that I had the potential toward being a homegrown terrorist. Somebody similar towards either pulling down a fire alarm in a school or a hospital, or somebody crying fire, fire, fire in the middle of the theater and starting a panic and hurting a bunch of people. They was dead set in this county of wanting to destroy me, especially after 205. Or let me reverse that. Especially after 9/11. After 9/11, their whole concept changed. They no longer wanted to just prove to society that I was a maniac or a lunatic, but then they started trying to make me out to be a mean person, a monster. And the whole time that I was doing this, it wasn't me being the monster, but rather it was them, because it was me putting out warnings, trying to warn them of various things to come. And they took my warnings as threats. How crazy is that? I'm here now at the new Martin precinct that they recently built here in Martin, Tennessee, which was probably about 20 years behind time on where they should have been. But this is their new facility here at Martin. I see where somebody has started a form of a memorial right there for various people that's worked here. But this is the Martin Police Safety Building that used to be right across from I think it's called Lindale Street there in downtown Martin, that basically tore the old precinct down and rebuilt I think it was a 18 or $23 million library, a 3-story library here in Martin, Tennessee. I kind of felt like the reason why that they wanted to do away with the building was to do away with the evidence, do away with the story. That's the reason why I captured it real closely whenever they was tearing the building down, and as they was building the actual steelwork of the library. I wanted to be sure to capture all that and get it in my documentations. That way, once more, I could help to prove my case in what was going on in this particular area. Just wanted to give you just a brief rundown pertaining to the building that now is no longer considered a bar or a tavern or a nightclub, but now is considered a warehouse. And I hope to God that it remains that.